Alright guys, what is up? We're in a game between Joa and Zidain. Is that an I? It looks like an I right behind the D. It's very close to the D though. That's interesting. Anyway, whatever. We call him Zid. Or Z-I Diana. Or Zid. It doesn't really matter. He's playing at, he's over here on the left-hand side. So we have this new player. I'm going to say new just because I haven't recorded a game of him and I haven't really watched any games from him. But it looks like he is playing FS Psychic, a very strong FS battle group, probably one of the best, if not the best. It might even be above the FS meta just because it has so many synergies. It does look like the Psychic battle group. It's very strong. So even though I don't know him and he doesn't have that Battle Master rank yet, I'm going to give him, especially with this this map, I'm going to give him the slight advantage for now, even though he is against ST Beasts. ST is a very strong faction by itself, just because of that faction bonus, maybe having to really, I would have reduced it. It would be nice if there was consistent updates to this game. I would have liked to see this change to maybe 4 or 8, so 4 for the split, but 8 HP gain, so reduce it by 1/5, because the 10 HP is a bit much, especially when it comes to summons, as you'll see soon. It just gives them so much HP. And every other faction bonus has been reduced throughout time, and FS used to be 8 Nora, for example. ST used to be, I think it actually used to be 15, and they reduced it back down to 10. But even now, I would like to see this maybe to 8 HP. But it doesn't really matter because that won't be of too much consequence right now. Also, the SP bonus, you could really probably see it go. Right now, it's what, 8 and 4? What if they did 9 and 5? You know? Or sorry, no, it's 8 and 4, so do 7 and 5. That could be done too for the SP bonus. You'll get like 1 or 2 Nora later, just to put them at par. Because as when most people think of games, we always think that SP and FS are a good, tier above. SP and ST are a good tier above the others. Just in faction bonus and font bonus wise. So that would have been actually interesting. Have this reduced to 8 and have the SP not reduced, but just changed the orientation so you have a bit less of that starting AP. Or sorry, Nora. Anyway, let's get into this game. So we do have the summons actually being attacked. This Tusk, who is quite tanky, 40 base HP with the ST bonus. You're at 50, and then there's no War Banner out, but that's still pretty big. We're gonna have this Beast Herder come out most likely. We have no mobilities. Oh no, we do. So yeah, the Trample will go off. Trample, we do have that evasive, but the Void Shield actually does not get procced unless you take 4 or more damage. So just moving here is actually a good idea, just to deal damage without having to waste, to cause the Void Shield to proc. So I wouldn't find it. Ooh, this is even stronger. Now we can see. Oh, actually, this won't work because it's only Beast. Yeah, this is not a Beast, so he won't be able to drive, or Invigorate. This is not a Beast, right? It's only a Lonx. But yeah, so ST Beast quite strong, and this FS very strong. What we did see, what's interesting, is we saw Joa kind of first move toward this northern hand side, which caused the deployment by Zidain, right? And then he just decided, you know what, I'm switching positions. That was really well done. He just switched priorities to this bottom side. Look at that damage, 2, and then the 11. Is this guy dead? He just deployed a 73 Nora champion, so I don't think he has the. Oh, he is, because of mobility. Yeah, he'll just die to the trample. There you go. Nice kill. Perfect kill right there, actually. I don't think he calculated that. I think there was a bit of luck there, but still really well done. That also, what that also did is it caused the resistance to not proc until just now. That's one of the downsides of ST Beasts, is they only have one real attack type, and that's physical. All right, we do have Lumbering on this Executor now. So again, I think the misplay here, and this is pretty close to over already. We just had a really good play by Joa to go up here, say, hey, I'm gonna go top, and then just switch directions. We now have this guy. He's 2 turns behind. So if he was here, he could maybe get a kill in return, but no kill in return. He's gonna come here. And then we also saw Zidain really just focusing a support, which is just like, eh. He could have really just also waited back, just because with the FS bonus and there only being one font, he could have maybe taken advantage that way. I also think that FS, yes, I think especially the Psychic battle group is a bit more of an aggressive battle group. It does okay mid to late game though, just because it has such high burst damage. So it might have been better for him to maybe move in like in a turn more or a turn and a half kind of a thing. Because right now the Catalyst should kill the Tusk if the Mutant is attacked. Right, it's 4 damage. Or they're just gonna all retreat, of course. Yeah. He can't attack, right? No, he can actually. He has 4 AP. He can actually go and just smack the Mutant if he wants. He can't pounce. He already pounced. You can attack him. We do have Drive, though. He just moves up 1 more. He can Drive the Tiger. He'll be at 19 damage. These guys are all Wandering, which is a very expensive spell. I think it's like 30. Oh, there's the Cleanse even, so they can now all move. There should be a dead Mutant, right? Because we have Drive. You can double Drive. So that'll be 16 plus 19. Yeah, he's even out of range of the Catalyst before he moves in. Let's see. Drive, he's at 19 minus... Oh, yeah. Is it a kill? Okay, no. The Eviscerate won't even kill him yet. He can move in range with the Trample, though. If he Invigorates here, he can Invigorate the Tusk and then just move in range with Trample and get the kill. It does 1 damage, but... Yeah, it's fine. It's exactly, he's fine. He can move... Oh, yeah, he's okay. He's okay. There you go. Perfect kill. Again, 2 perfect kills this game by Joa. Doing really well. So I made a bit of a tier list. Let me go find it. Where did I put it? I made a bit of a tier list of like players. And I actually had Joa at like tier 2 for a while. But he's been playing really well. First of all, playing really well. And second of all, playing some pretty good battle groups. So I put him up a tier. So we do now have a lot of tier 1.75 people. Not very many tier 1.25 or 1.5 people though. Yeah, so I think the at least for my tier list, like again, it's all very personal. Just like, what do I even say personal, but just like my thoughts. So I can actually show it if I. Well, I can just show it here. So this is my tier list right here. Of some of the players that play right now, and I think it's kind of arbitrary, but it's I've watched a lot of games, so I kind of have some authority. I wrote that actually just a second ago in the chat. I think, in my opinion, to be able to say some of these things, because I've watched so many games, recorded so many games, and like I talk with the players, and my ranking goes off of 3 things in my head. 1, how skilled are they really? Like, how much time do they put into their turns? How good is their thought process? So that's 1. 2, what tier do they play? What tier of battle groups do they play? For example, Shrine Master. Right now he's in what tier? But if I were to put him in a tier, I'd probably put him in either tier 1 or maybe tier 0, but probably in tier 1 with Karma. Yeah, I'd probably put him in tier 1. But yeah, so 1 is how good are you actually at the game. 2, what tier battle groups do you play? So, for example, you can be a bad player but play only tier 0 battle groups, and then I'll have to put you up there on the general overall ranking of player just because you play so many good battle groups, right? Like, it wouldn't really be fair to put you, hey, you're tier 2, even though you play so many good battle groups and you beat most of the tier 1.75, 1.5, 2.5 players just because you're battle group. So it is an overall idea, right? And then thirdly, this is kind of big, is how consistent are you? And that's, I think, especially where I falter a lot. So I think my battle groups are okay, especially my SP ones. I think they're all pretty high up there. And my game knowledge and strategy is pretty good. But my consistency is utter dog shit, right? I can have some games where I'm really good and some games where I just have the biggest misplays and I'm just really bad. And that's kind of what I go off of. And so, for example, if I go on these ideas right here, Neppy, for example, I think he's, first of all, quite good, and he plays good battle groups. Pox Junkie, the same. Very good battle groups. He is basically everything up there. Tiny Dragon, I think his theory, his in-game theory and his strategy is better than basically all of the other players, but his And his consistency is very high up there. While some of these others might not have the consistency. But his battle groups aren't always amazing, right? He doesn't play always the best of battle groups. That's why he's tier 0, not, even higher than that. So, and then that kind of just goes as a general thought. So, so those are the 3 main things I look at is, the tier of battle group you play. So if you're playing a lot of very good battle groups every single turn or every single game, then I'm going to have to put you up there just because you're going to be winning a lot versus even better players just because they don't play as good battle groups. So consistency of battle group level, consistency of how hard are you trying in your games, and then your just in-game like strategy. It says where, for example, Nora that I think Nora that, for example, is pretty inconsistent. He can have some really good games, but some really bad games. And the same goes for his battle groups. He has some really good battle groups and then some really shit battle groups. So consistency is bad for him, and his battle groups aren't always good. His in-game knowledge is all right, though. So I'm going to put him at, and he's been, at least lately, he's been doing pretty well. But it's always hard to gauge Nora that because he has some like really high highs and very low lows. And yeah, Joa, who we just play, he's playing SC Beast there, and I think what's interesting about him is he plays many different battle groups. He plays like 8 or 9 different battle groups every day, so he's all around there, back and forth. But they're all pretty good, so they're all tier 1, tier 1.25 battle groups, or 1.5. I guess you don't really have 1.25 in battle group ranking, but tier 1, tier 1.5 battle groups. All those battle groups are pretty strong, even if you just change between them a lot. So there you go. GG.